Get ready for the action because we start with the Warriors haters trying to slander Stephen Curry or making themselves look foolish. After the Golden State Warriors officially got eliminated from postseason play, following their loss to the Phoenix Suns, the haters have made their annual pilgrimage to tear down Stephen Curry. We dive into the graphic that circulated online, showing his playoff misses compared to other MVP winners, and you will not believe the context they are completely ignoring.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we have a touching story from Stephen Curry himself as he shares a surprising moment with Jimmy Butler. Curry tells us about the time he stunned Butler by wearing a pair of his signature leaning shoes during a game, a moment that revealed a deep teammate-to-teammate connection that nobody expected. Find out the full story of how this unexpected moment created a lasting memory. Now we shift gears to the Golden State Warriors roster, and we are looking at the history of their talent through the draft. We are taking a closer look at every single player who has been drafted by the Golden State Warriors out of Briar Cliff, uncovering the surprising alumni who have contributed to the team over the years. See which players came from those small colleges and what their journey has been. And finally, we look at a tough decision for the Warriors, as a former champion could be axed from the playoff rotation after an opening dud. Harrison Barnes is seeing his minutes plummet, and the San Antonio Spurs are making a move, meaning Barnes is on the chopping block. This is a crucial off-season move, and the pressure is on for the Golden State to improve around Stephen Curry. Stay with us for more breaking news and analysis. The Golden State Warriors' postseason elimination, following their loss to the Phoenix Suns, has reignited the annual campaign by Stephen Curry detractors seeking to undermine the star player. The narrative suggests that every time the Warriors falter, critics look for an opportunity to discredit Curry, regardless of the team's overall performance. A widely circulated social media graphic attempted to diminish Curry's achievements by highlighting that he is tied for the most missed playoff appearances among players who have won an MVP award, citing 7 missed playoff seasons in his career, shared with players like Derrick Rose, Kevin Garnett, and Moses Malone. However, analysts point out that this statistic lacks crucial context. Many of Curry's missed playoff years coincided with his rookie status, playing for struggling teams or periods of injury, and some seasons saw the team reach the play-in tournament without advancing. The graphic also failed to account for Curry's 4 NBA championships. Regardless of context, the focus for critics remains on attempting to tear down a player who has profoundly impacted every franchise in the NBA. The author expressed disappointment, noting the desperation among some critics to find any negative critique of the greatest shooter of all time, rather than acknowledging his accomplishments. Warriors fans countered these criticisms by pointing to other players, such as James Harden, who has consistently made the playoffs without securing a championship, or Kevin Durant, who has made numerous playoff appearances but never reached the finals without the Warriors. The report concludes that while making the playoffs is one achievement, winning in the postseason is a different metric, emphasizing that Curry possesses a championship pedigree, demonstrated by his play-in victory over the Los Angeles Clippers, suggesting that certain players simply lack that championship caliber. Steph Curry shared a touching story about surprising his teammate Jimmy Butler by wearing his shoes during a game, reversing the usual dynamic where Butler is often the one to surprise others. The anecdote highlights a moment of unexpected camaraderie between the two stars. Recalling previous surprises, such as Butler's Emo Jimmy moment for the Miami Heat in 2023 or his coffee brand launch, Curry revealed that he was the one who stunned Butler. During a game, while Curry was exploring his sneaker free agency options, he wore a pair from his signature leaning line, specifically the leaning Jimmy Butler JB4 Dark Knight. On his YouTube channel, Curry described the moment. "I think the first time I wore a shoe other than my own in an actual game, which was the lining Jimmy Butler JB4 Dark Knight," he stated. He explained that nobody, including teammates, knew he was wearing another shoe until the starting lineups were in place. I'll remember that moment for the rest of my life, just because it was kind of from a teammate-to-teammate perspective of being able to show love. Butler was completely unaware that Curry was sporting his sneakers during a regular season game. Curry emphasized the joy of the unexpected connection. "The fact that I made it all the way to tip-off, and he had no clue I was rocking his shoes," Curry said. "Those types of moments are always fun because you create a memory out of nothing." This heartwarming interaction underscores the strong bond between the two players. Meanwhile, Curry is reportedly partnering with Sotheby's to auction off his sneaker free agency collection for his Eat Learn Play Foundation, ensuring he can cherish the memories from past shoe games. NBC Sports Bay Area and California continues to provide updates on Golden State Warriors news and analysis. The Golden State Warriors continue to showcase the impact of the NBA draft in building their roster, securing top talent through both direct selections and on-the-spot trades. To better understand the depth of talent the team has acquired, an analysis has been conducted tracing every player drafted by the Warriors who hails from Briar Cliff. According to data compiled from Basketball Reference, there is one notable instance of a Briar Cliff player being selected by the Warriors in the NBA draft. This player was selected in the 8th round of the 1979 NBA draft, with a pick number of 155 overall. However, records indicate that this player did not make the team, and the number of seasons played with the Warriors is unknown. This highlights the selective nature of player acquisition, demonstrating that while the draft is a key pathway, the Warriors' success is built on a diverse foundation of talent sourced from various collegiate programs. The Golden State Warriors' former champion, Harrison Barnes, faces a significant threat to his playoff rotation, as the San Antonio Spurs are reportedly considering cutting him from their lineup. Barnes' performance in the opening game of the Spurs' playoff run against the Blazers was underwhelming, logging just 11 minutes off the bench with limited offensive impact, including only 2 field goal attempts. This performance highlights a clear shift in his role, as he is now clearly behind established players like Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornett, and Dylan Harper, signaling the end of his regular rotation days. Barnes' career trajectory has seen him move from being a starter on the 2015 championship squad to a bench player, a transition accelerated by the Warriors' decision to sign Kevin Durant in 2016. While the Warriors achieved dynasty status, Barnes' minutes have steadily declined since his return to the playoffs with the Spurs. Since January 1st, he has averaged only 23.1 minutes per game, and the opening win against Portland solidified the growing trend of him being relegated to the depth chart. The Spurs coaching staff is prioritizing long-term roster building centered around Victor Wembanyama, a vision that does not accommodate Barnes' current fit. With the Spurs planning to field 8 players in the biggest games, the veteran forward is no longer making the cut. The decision to cut Barnes and Carter Bryant from the rotation is being made as the Spurs focus on constructing a championship contender for the future. For Warriors fans, the situation underscores a difficult offseason. While the Warriors are focused on improving around Stephen Curry, the narrative surrounding Barnes' decline is clear. Experts suggest that the Spurs are positioning themselves as a legitimate title threat, necessitating tough roster decisions. Harrison Barnes, a proven scorer and floor spacer, is declining, and the Spurs are willing to make the necessary moves to secure their ambitions. Fans are advised to watch Game 2 of the Spurs vs. Blazers to see if Barnes will feature, though the consensus is that his time in the rotation is rapidly diminishing.